You think you've finally found the one. They check all the boxes, they're kind, they're attractive, you laugh together, and all your friends say you're perfect. But something feels off. The connection is there, yet the future feels strangely uncertain. You feel deeply loved one moment, and profoundly lonely the next. That's because love isn't about finding someone who looks right, it's about discovering someone who aligns right. In our last video, we covered the first 5 factors for choosing a lifetime partner. Today, we're diving deeper into the next 5, more subtle factors that separate lasting, resilient marriages from temporary chemistry. Modern love is confusing. You can date for months, share everything, even meet each other's families, and still not connect for life. Why? Because we mistake compatibility for capacity. Some people fit your lifestyle, but they do not have the capacity to support your future. These 5 deeper factors are the difference between a partner who stays and a partner who grows with you. Stay with me, because number 4 is the one most couples ignore until it's far too late. If you want the roadmap to a happy, resilient marriage, one that lasts beyond the honeymoon stage, hit subscribe now. You'll never see love the same way again. Factor 1: Emotional availability versus emotional intelligence. We often confuse sharing feelings with understanding them. Emotional availability means your partner can cry on your shoulder. That's good. But emotional intelligence means they can understand and manage the turbulence of both your emotions and their own. That is essential. Many people can express emotion, but few can truly handle it, translate it, and adapt without shutting down. Meet Anna and Tom. Anna is emotionally available. She shares every frustration immediately. Tom is emotionally available. He shares his fears. But when Anna expresses disappointment, say, about a canceled plan, Tom doesn't hear disappointment, he hears attack. He doesn't translate the emotion into understanding. He immediately becomes defensive and withdraws. This dynamic turns every expression of fear or disappointment into a conflict. A perfect match isn't the one who just talks, it's the one who translates emotion into understanding. Their response to your disappointment or fear is a direct measure of their readiness for a resilient marriage. The next time your partner expresses a negative emotion, do not let yourself immediately explain or justify. Instead, simply state, "I hear that you feel disappointed/afraid. Tell me more about what that feeling needs from me right now." This forces both of you to move from expression to translation. Factor 2: Shared growth mindset. A lasting marriage isn't built on where you are now, it's built on where you're both willing to grow. The person you fall in love with at 30 will not be the same person at 40. Goals evolve, bodies change, careers shift. If your partner fears change, or insists on holding on to an older version of you, the relationship will inevitably suffocate over time. Marcus and Jessica were perfectly aligned at 25, party-loving, carefree, and spontaneous. By 35, Jessica was ready to prioritize health, start a family, and pursue a master's degree. Marcus resisted every change, complaining that she was no longer fun. His resistance to her personal growth became the ultimate threat to their relationship. This resistance isn't malice, it's a fear of the unknown. But growth is mandatory for a long-term relationship. If their answer to your growth is anchoring you to the past, you are mismatched. Ask each other, where do you see yourself in 5 years personally, separate goals, and together, shared goals? Listen for 2 things: excitement for personal evolution, and a genuine desire to support your evolution. If they can't articulate future personal growth, they likely won't support yours. Factor 3: Conflict resolution style. Conflict doesn't end relationships, avoidance does. Everyone fights. The secret is not how often you disagree, but how you handle the disagreement. The perfect match isn't the one who agrees with you, it's the one who disagrees without disrespecting you. Their conflict style reveals their emotional maturity in action. Think of Mia and David. When Mia brings up a difficult topic, David has 2 responses: passive aggression, silent treatments, sighs, or escalation, yelling, leaving the room. He doesn't listen during disagreements, he just waits for his turn to speak, viewing the discussion as a debate to be won, not a problem to be solved. Disrespect during conflict, name-calling, contempt, or stonewalling, is a predictor of divorce. If they treat you with contempt during a disagreement, that's not passion, that's immaturity. The next time a disagreement starts, one of you must call for a 10-second pause. Use that time to agree on the goal. The goal of this conversation is understanding, not winning. Observe if they instantly respect the pause and redirect the energy from attack to problem solving. If they can't pause, they can't regulate. Factor 4. Purpose alignment, the hidden glue. This is the most overlooked factor, and the one that quietly breaks apart deeply loving marriages. Purpose alignment. You can love someone deeply, you can share great kids, but if your life purposes clash, your futures will, too. This isn't about having identical careers. Alignment means your individual paths don't actively pull each other apart. Consider Liam and Sarah. Liam's purpose is deep community involvement and public service, requiring him to live in an active, urban area. Sarah's core purpose is financial independence and privacy, requiring her to live debt-free in a remote, quiet environment. They love each other, but the direction of their fulfillment, their core why, is a geographical and lifestyle clash. When you ask, what does a fulfilling life look like to you, listen for shared values, not just shared hobbies. Do your values of service, achievement, stability, or freedom complement each other, or do they force a painful, continuous compromise? This purpose alignment is the silent glue that keeps couples moving in the same direction, even when the road gets rough. The fulfillment question. Ask your partner, what would you regret not having pursued or achieved if you only had 10 years left to live? Their answer reveals their core purpose. Discuss how your lives can be structured to support both of those deep needs. Factor 5. Emotional safety. Love cannot thrive where one partner feels emotionally unsafe. This factor is the absolute foundation of resilience. Emotional safety means being able to express fears, desires, and mistakes without fear of punishment or withdrawal. It is the freedom to be fully yourself. Mark and Lisa. Lisa constantly measures her words around Mark. If she expresses a desire for more intimacy, he withdraws for days. If she admits a mistake at work, he uses it to criticize her judgment later. She is walking on eggshells, constantly censoring herself. Over time, her peace shrinks around him, and eventually, the relationship will too. Emotional safety is not about comfort, it's about trust in the other person's consistent grace. If your partner triggers your nervous system instead of calming it, you have a foundational mismatch. Choose someone who calms your system, not triggers it. Share a small, non-critical mistake you made recently and observe their first, immediate reaction. Is it genuine curiosity and acceptance, or a hint of, I told you so, or withdrawal? Their response confirms whether you are walking in trust or walking on eggshells. The perfect match isn't found, it's built, choice by choice, habit by habit, truth by truth. You don't need perfect chemistry, you need consistent commitment and mutual growth. You need a partner who doesn't just fit your life now, but one who has the capacity to build the next version of your life with you. These 5 factors are your roadmap to resilience. Use them, not to judge, but to evaluate the blueprint of your future. If you've recognized that some of these foundational gaps exist in your current relationship, and especially if the emotional safety is fragile, your next step is crucial. You need to know how to rebuild the trust that allows for healthy growth. Click the video on the screen now for 3 steps to rebuild trust when love feels fragile. It's the perfect next step to strengthen your emotional foundation and ensure your relationship doesn't just survive, but truly thrives.